controversial figure in the hip-hop community, founder of the Universal Zulu Nation in the Bronx, New York. He just recently passed away, but these past, decades, actually, there has been allegations on the one and only Afrika Bambaataa, founder of the Zulu Nation. He just died recently at 68 years old on April 9th, actually. And now we're going to be doing a reaction video here. It's Afrika Bambaataa and the sickening of hip-hop. And the reason why I want to do this video, because I seen another clip from Fly TV by Hasan Campbell. He's also YouTube commentator. And he said that Afrika Bambaataa abused him and molested him as a child. And he said not only that, but everybody knew the whole thing the whole time. And he never been charged or held accountable. In this video, I want to focus on accountability. And I feel like in the black community, especially when it comes to hip-hop, we don't hold people accountable. There's a lot of exploitation, abuse going on behind closed doors when it comes to this hip-hop industry and this Hollywood stuff. And if we don't hold people accountable, you have guys like Jeffrey Epstein. You have guys like P. Diddy. So on and so on. So accountability is the first thing that matters in any organization, in any culture, rather. And today we're going to be reacting to this video, Afrika Bambaataa and the sickness of hip-hop. See what's going on, because there was a lot of abuse. There was a lot of abuse going on, and people were condoning it. Nobody ever held the leader accountable, because like I said, Afrika Bambaataa was a leader of an organization, not only just any organization. He started a cultural movement. The organization was made to divert kids from gangs into disc jockeys, dancers, rappers. So kids don't end up in gangs, they end up in a cultural movement. But instead, Afrika Bambaataa, guess what he did? Abused the children that was in that movement. So we're gonna be rocking to this video. Let's jump straight into him. My name is Isaiah Center. This is the Isaiah Center Show. Let's get into it.
It's not like it was something that was unknown.
Okay.
In other words, but it was just
really
something that was. It was like, maybe hip hop.
He's saying that it wasn't like Afrika Bambaataa. What he did to the kid was unknown. The abuse he was doing, it wasn't unknown. Like people knew what was going on. Kind of how like the Diddy situation. People knew Diddy was doing all this type stuff, but nobody held him accountable. Why? Control, influence, money, right?
Pop's best kept secret or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, this is an important one. This is about the death of Afrika Bambaataa, but really it's about something bigger than that.
Yeah.
Afrika Bambaataa, of course, was hit with all these accusations of doing stuff with underage boys, which...
A Fox 5 exclusive, one of hip-hop's founding fathers speaking out for the first time on television about shocking child allegations. And the list of accusers is growing, and they all tell similar stories.
Afrika Bambaataa being accused of abusing several underage boys decades ago.
Pretty heavy circumstantial evidence that they're true.
Yeah.
He was never charged. He's died. He's dead. He's somebody that gets presented. Well, KRS-One presents him as the godfather that he started hip-hop.
I seen KRS-One, and I'll let you listen to it. Again, I'll let you listen to it. KRS-One says in 1974,
that guy Freight Train flew back to America and called himself Afrika Bambaataa. When he got back to the United States with a new consciousness, he said to all the gangs in New York, now you gotta understand what this means.
I'll let you listen to it. You want
I heard it.
Right, you heard it.
Are you recording now?
Right.
That's what I'm asking. Are you recording now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I've heard KRS's thing.
Right.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I mean, you don't know what he's talking about. And here's the thing.
KRS-One is another legend in the hip-hop scene. They kind of like help hip-hop originated. Like, you know, we all know hip hop originated in New York. I'm just giving you the context that all these men were a movement. It was a cultural movement, and this stuff was going on. They was abusing little boys. African Bambaataa specifically was abusing little boys, and nobody checked them. It was like an open secret. Like, what's going on here? It's like it's normal. Yes, that's what y'all doing, and he's a leader in the community. That's not right.
What I have seen is people wanna romanticize and glamorize the origins of what came to be hip hop.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
And it doesn't need to be glorified or romanticized. And that's not just about hip hop, that's history in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get people who want to romanticize elements about history where they distort what is the truth because they think it's ugly, it doesn't serve their purpose, whatever it is.
Right.
Okay?
Bambaataa's chief accuser, Ronald Savage, is now 50 years old. He claims in 1980, when he was 15 and under the age of consent, playing hooky led to his first sexual experience with the hip-hop pioneer and was followed by at least 4 other abuse incidents.
I didn't have nowhere to go, so I had his number, and I called him, and he paid for the cab for me to go to his house.
In our exclusive...
My thing is, what sucks about this whole situation, these young boys, they looked at Afrika Bambaataa as a leader, as a role model, right? And the manipulation in that relationship is when somebody look at somebody else as a role model, it's a dominance on the role model. So the role model can then manipulate the mentee, the one who looks up to the mentor. And then the abuse can therefore infiltrate the relationship of the kids that's looking up to Afrika Bambaataa. Why? Because they trust Afrika Bambaataa as a leader. And that same leader that they trust, that they look to as a god, abused them. And then you grow the Stockholm syndrome. You're a child. You're looking at this man like he's your father. He's a leader. Whole time he's abusing you. Right? And you probably think it's normal. Or you probably think, man, he loved me. He here for me. But the whole time he's abusing little boys. And this shit was going on the whole time. And no other adult in the Zulu nation said anything. They said it was an open secret. How did this go on for so long and he not be in jail? You tell me little boys had to grow up knowing they got abused? That's not right.
The interview, Afrika Bambaataa emphatically maintained he is not a sexual abuser. Do you feel now you are among that group of people falsely accused?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, there's always been things in our community where you falsely accuse people, or people have sit in the prisons, or political prisoners and groups like that, that they wait to 10, 15, 20, even 30 or 40 years before they find out that this person was railroaded.
Now, of course, how did one person start hip-hop? Kind of ridiculous. KRS-One, I think, likes to have a tidy history so that he can run his temple of hip-hop and he can have a storyline that's simple to follow when he goes around the world presenting himself as the professor. But the reason I called this Born in Original Sin, blaming, so, of course, if Bambaataa did those things, and remember, there's all, as you can see from that, the licensed guy there on flag, that was Melly Mel of the, if you're not old enough, he made one of the top 3 rap songs ever, The Message, Don't Push Me Because I'm Close to the Edge. He just said everybody knew what was going on, and that's even when Vlad said, oh, well, it's one thing to be GAY.
If everybody knew, why nobody hold him accountable? You tell me everybody knew. There's a story of Hasan Campbell. He said after Afrika Bambaataa abused him, he was in a room with other young boys, and somebody said, Did Afrika did something to you too? And everybody started laughing. Hasan said, this motherfucker got me. How is this okay? We need to be very selective who we make cultural icons and our leaders in our community. Because if stuff like this don't get checked, it's going to repeat, and the cycle will continue. We have to hold people accountable.
Is another thing, underage boys. He basically said it is what it is.
Messing with underage boys is something completely different.
Well, you see that part about it, you would have to interview him because our whole thing and my whole thing is like I said, is everybody knew.
Wait. Just because everybody knew and nobody said something, that don't mean it's okay. This motherfucker's everybody knew, like it's just okay. When is this ever okay? I don't understand why certain people will see something wrong. That's like me saying my neighbor, right? Say her husband is beating her. And everybody's like, the whole neighborhood knows she's getting beat. If I don't go in, help her, try to stop it, call the police, get her help, get her a support network, I'm just as guilty just by saying nothing. What type of people allow abuse to go on and not hold people accountable? This shit is pathetic.
It ain't like it wasn't like it was a mystery.
My thing is, all my people back then. The hundreds of
So it gotta be a mystery for you motherfuckers to say something, to say something? Wait, if it was a mystery, if you found out, you would say something. But since everybody know, it's cool, man. Everybody getting abused by Afrika Bambaataa. How is that okay? Talking about it's not like it was a mystery. You telling me everybody knew this guy was abusing kids and y'all ain't say shit? You should never let a man get so much power that you can't hold him accountable. No pastor, no leader, no political icon, no singer, anybody. Nobody should be held to a standard so high you can't hold them accountable. Everybody knew. What type of shit is that, bro?
People that been around me, if something like that happened, why you never want to? None of them.
In the South Bronx,
He basically said, if I was abusing little boys, why didn't little boys go to one of the other elder men? Maybe because they were scared to speak out, because your ass, Afrika Bambaataa, being the top leader, had all the power and influence. Them little boys probably thought what you was doing was normal. They thought you loved them. They looked at you as a fucking leader. So why would they go to somebody? They're kids. And these are little underage boys, and you fucking playing around with them. And say, why didn't they go tell somebody? Bro, you are a elder man that they look up to you. They look up to you. When somebody is influence to somebody else, they will look up to that person for guidance. And through that guidance, Afrika Bambaataa abuse children through that guidance. So of course they're not gonna say nothing, because the same guys, if they tell somebody, they're gonna be like, if the little boys told an adult, they're gonna be like, Afrika Bambaataa didn't do that. Afrika Bambaataa will never do that.